Hi, Gemini Moons. Thank you so much for being here. I am Divine Femme Care at 144. Very happy, grateful, and blessed to bring you this reading. This reading is designed for wonderful you, those who have their moon sign in the zodiac sign of Gemini, unlimited to anyone who should find this message or should this message find delicious and wonderful you. For this reading, I will be doing a 6-card spread using the Gilded Tarot Royale deck. I'm going to go ahead and do a couple more shuffles. I've already kind of pre-shuffled. But for you Geminis, I think we'll do a few more just to make sure we get some good clarity. And you deserve nothing but the best. For any of you questioning or doubting, I would say just take that time, regardless of how it may feel. Take the time that is provided to you, and in the midst of, do your best to fight through and increase. It'll be totally worth it, and you will be very glad that you did, and that you stuck it out and you persevered. All right. We'll split the deck here. Okay, so your first card we have is the Death card. Oh my goodness, Happy New Year to everyone. And this reading is timeless, so just take it as it resonates. The reason I say this is because Taurus Moon had this very first card come out, the Death card here. It is also 3 o'clock in the morning. Where I live, it is, I would say, probably 30, almost 30 below with the wind chill. And there's an argument that's taking place right now outside of my window. It's super early. There's no one outside. It's too cold to be fighting. I should put it that way. And so with that happening just at that time, this just happened and it's all live. There may be some of you who are experiencing this and going through something that is leading up to a death energetic situation where something is being put to an end, where someone is fed up, where someone has had enough of what it is they've been experiencing that does not feel so great. I feel that this energy is helping them to transform. This is what this Death card energy is about a rebirth, coming into a new. And in that rebirth, dying to the old way of the way one has been, and what I would say one no longer is looking forward to living in anymore. Realizing the power that they have within themselves and taking control, taking back their power and being in control, and in doing so, bringing about a situation that is coming to an end. And this could be a relationship. This could be many things. Where one, I'm just feeling a sense of being fed up. And with the 13 energy, that energy is it's a very galactic energy. It's almost like the end of a manifestation cycle. It's like the World card, but in a galactic cycle. And so I'm starting to get to, and if you have any Taurus energy in your birth chart, if you have any Taurus placements, I would check out the Taurus Moon reading as well. It went from the Death card to the Fool card. And so that energy, now starting and beginning to see, it's more of a galactic level where it's speaking to the ascension and just how elevated we are becoming, as I'm noticing, because I just began with Aries and going into now your sign here. I'm seeing that as I go through each of your signs, each and every time there's a cycling up. So with this Death card, most definitely a leveling up here where you're putting a finish to what no longer is serving you. You have discovered and realized your true value. I feel that you know your value and your worth, but going through cycles, it can be easy to kind of fall into certain things that will take you out of that perspective. A situation or a relationship, something has happened that has put you back into that perspective to help you see, because of something that did not feel so good. So anything not resonating, has to go. You have a golden signature that stands for something very significant as far as you being here in this lifetime and what it's meant for you to do here, and the example and the leadership that you are here for. 1 and 3 with the 13 adds up to a 4. 4s leading to the energy of overall stability. Also Cancerian energy and that self-love and that nurturance and the feelings of home and the comforts. I feel that with this death energy too, a lot of you are just taking very much tight security for yourself and within yourself, and protecting yourself and loving yourself, and staying in that state of going within, being able to speak your truth in that blue energy, but that elevation and ascension taking place where you're opening that crown chakra by healing that throat chakra energy and allowing the remaining chakras to elevate through. Where there may have been a blockage with the throat chakra, there's no longer a blockage here with your communication, your intellect, and your mental state. Busting through and going through that third eye into the crown chakra, elevating up out from that crown chakra center. Your second card. Yep, we have the 7 of Wands, standing your ground and staying very strong in this. I feel also too with this death cycle that this may have been a very long ass cycle for some of you, is what I'm hearing. And that's the reason why one is feeling fed up. One is also feeling very tired of the way that things have been. And I would say going through a cycle. And I feel like there's a situation where some of you have, with that long cycle, have been going through and have come to a close and a finale of some sort, where right at the very end, you were met up, almost like like Mario meeting up with King Koopa. And so I feel like with this death cycle, you've met up with King Koopa, and now you have defeated King Koopa, and are coming into a new phase and new cycle where that energy of that seal and that signature, that golden energy, the purity that has already been, like the flag is up with that white rose there. The yin and yang balance I'm getting here with the black and the white. And so I feel that that is a part of that lesson where you have come to the end of a cycle. And it's like you almost, I want to say for some of you, you almost backtracked. Or you felt like you backtracked. And that was the pain and the hurt. But it was actually designed to help you, to push you forth through in this way of the 7 of Wands here, is what I'm trying to get at. So I hope that that made sense. 7 energy is letting you know that you're on the right path, and how it is that you feel about the decision that you're making now that you are moving forward. You're moving forward in a very strong stance, in a very powerful stance and position, letting others know that you have this new beginning that you have fought so hard for, that you have worked so hard for, and that you have been through quite a bit and more than enough, and you're not turning back. Seeing the 6 of Wands that are, and perspective is everything. So before I even dive in, like the overall feeling, like I feel that, again, like I'm feeling into your transformation here. And so the perspective, the old way and the old perspective I'm getting from the Seven of Wands is that you looked or had a tendency to look at things like things were coming at you. I feel that this is what you have also been dying to as well. That old part of you where it was a state of victimization. You're removing yourself from that victimization and realizing the benefit of, I would say, the old way of looking at a Seven of Wands, where you may be, you may have felt like you were being attacked or that wands were coming at you. But now I feel that with that strong stance, you're standing in your power with that Ace of Wands there. But instead of seeing the Six of Wands here, because Six of Wands is victory and success. So I feel that that's where your perspective is changing, and you're beginning to transmute the energy of any negativity and taking that and turning it into a positive and making it work for your benefit, and that being that golden hue that is around you. Because I'm also picking up is too, there may be someone that you have been connecting to that is defensive, but I feel that that's a part of the death process too. It's just your perspective is totally changing on how things are being seen as they're taking place in your life. Because I think that you are beginning to realize that you, with that taking your power back, you are the one that, if for any reason you felt like you were being held back or that there were obstacles or defenses, it was actually you and coming from you. As anything that is taking place from within is going to show itself in the outer. And so I do feel that that death is a part of that rebirth, and you being a newborn and having fresh innocence to where you're no longer being a victim, but are now a victor. And so each of these wands, I feel you're now seeing these wands instead of those that are attacking you as, and you're now seeing them as wands that have been helping you. Opportunities and new starts, new beginnings that you have been in the full state for, that you have decided to take a risk on, that you have went ahead and gone for. And just because of the way that they have worked out does not mean that any of those situations were failures. Everything that was along your path was designed to help you to increase and to become even better than you were when you first encountered these wands. Wands energy is fire energy. Leo, Ophiuchus, Sagittarius, and Aries. So that could be significant. You could have very strong fire placements in your birth chart. But I do feel that overall, this is just you speaking to the victory that you have from within yourself and taking a stand on what it is that you are wanting to continue to move forward in purpose for. I also feel too, almost like being like the Statue of Liberty, where you're holding your torch. I feel like also too, with the Seven of Wands, like you're leading the way. And in that transmutation of how you're seeing these wands here, this is your leadership that you're coming into. Where also too, the ones where it may have seemed like a negative situation are now beginning to see the light in you and are following you as you are beginning to lead the way because of how strong you stood in the face of adversities that seem like adversities before this death process. Realizing that this is your soul tribe. Everyone who is involved on your path, whether it seemed good or bad, is designed to help you, and you're there to help them as well. All right, your third card we have is the King of Pinnacles. And so I feel this is just speaking to the elevation that is within your power and how you are elevating and what you are elevating into and the stability that you have been bringing in for yourself. Pentacles energy is earth energy. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. And there's that Taurus energy that I was getting pretty strong at the beginning with that Death card coming out for Taurus Moon, and now coming out as the first card for both Taurus Moon and for your reading Gemini Moons. So in taking that stance in that leadership, I feel that with that leadership, in combination with that comes that energetic blessing of that King of Pentacles energy. I feel too that this is also speaking to a higher self energy, where you do have a very strong spirit guide who is in this King of Pentacles energy, who has come as a part of this light to assist you and help you to be even more in your power in this King of Pentacles in the actual physical realm. Where with that gold energy, it's like that gold, the spiritual energy here is, or how do I want to say this? So the Seven of Wands energy I'm getting as the spiritual energy of you. And then with this King of Pentacles, that being a more grounded and physical presence there. Just seeing the gold glow and the aura around this individual, which I do deem to be you. Seeing the wings here and how those are manifested into these very strong, I feel these like it's like because it's gold, it's got a good weight on it. So this energy overall in this card is very, very heavy. It's very, very luxurious is what I'm getting here. And the way that it's being held up on these two barks here of trees that are coming from the ground. Seeing the squirrel made its presence in the Taurus moon reading as well. So you could be very strongly connecting with a Taurus energy, or just have very strong Taurus energy in your chart. But the King of Pentacles, very wealthy, has built quite a bit for themselves. I feel this is kind of speaking to that energy of what it is that you've worked so hard for, and how hard it is that you have been fighting. I'm seeing the Pentagon here with the 5 energy. And that's speaking to the massive amount of change that one has been through. 5s could be significant for you in other ways as well. I'm seeing this, the garment here over the shoulder, seeing that as kind of like a bridge where one has come very far and has had a lot to bear as they have crossed over, coming from that victimization into victorious energy here. Realizing that all that happens for their greatest good, and being held in a very high light and rewarded successfully because of what it is that they have persevered through and continue to move through and to gain for themselves. And gaining for themselves is by that tapping into that crown chakra, being able to heal all those other chakras, standing up for oneself and speaking one's truth, being in one's truth with that throat chakra energy. And now having this new beginning where you're in leadership role and having these followers here of those who, again, may have seemed like a negative aspect in your life. And this all designed to help you come into this wonderful, glorious, I can't even really describe it, the energy that I'm getting from this King of Pentacles. But this king is one of the kings of the Emperor. So we do have Emperor energy that's present. I'm seeing more than a couple sets of wings here. So I do feel that this is speaking to the level of your angelic presence, and actually speaking to the designed purpose that you're meant to be here for. Just how powerful you truly are with this angelic, these wings here that are surrounding you, that you have gained for yourself. And it's not even about the material wealth, the money. I mean, it is, but I feel this goes way beyond what any kind of money could mean here in this lifetime. I feel this is like a gained treasure from many, many lifetimes before. Just seeing the strength of these wings and how powerful, and especially this last set here. Like, I feel that that speaks more to that energy of the now, where the wings behind it, I feel this is kind of speaking to the ordained presence that one began with the solid gold wings here. And then how one has begun to take flight with almost a similar set of wings that look like these wings here, but not quite as big. And then working through that and now gaining these big, beautiful golden wings here in this lifetime. Being able to sit on this throne. It looks like a butterfly too. I'm getting like butterfly vibes here. But what one has come out of their cocoon as a leader and a very prosperous, sovereign, and wealthy leader here as well. I love this card. And then we also have another pinnacle here too. Pinnacles, or not another pinnacle, but pentagon. The shape of the pentagon. So that could be significant. I do feel that that for some of you speaks to the elements and working that magician energy and the way that you're connecting to the crown chakra to be able to manifest. And also that tie with your higher self and the spirit guide that is connected to that, helping you also to manifest. Very elevated as well. But with the King of Pentacles, very responsible, has gone through the phases of learning how to manage, how to be successful, how to have structure and business, how to use all those different elements, those 5 points. So we have that energy, the elements of earth, wind, water, fire, and then ether. And being very strong in that. Your fourth card we have is the Six of Wands. So this is the transmutation. Boom. This is that transmutation, especially with it falling under the Death card. It's like, yep, this is, you know, we've gone through rebirth. Instead of being a victim, we're seeing that Six of Wands as a victor. And in doing that, we're gaining victory. It's that simple. There's not even a whole lot I can say on this card because we've already kind of touched on it and gone through it. I'll just point out the symbolism here. And if I'm picking up on anything else, like I am seeing the 2 horses where it's showing that shield and how one has used that shield of that purity to help them to move through and fight through and to gain that rebirth process, to be able to be in one's truth, coming into that pure state. And now it's almost like the spiritual turning into the physical here for these cards here, where I feel that energy of one internally being worked through here, now being shown in the physical here, taking those 6 wands and transmuting that energy. Instead of being a victim, being a victor. Still being in a state of protectedness, not being so naive as one has been in the past. I feel that's a part of that cycling out there as well too. But I'm also seeing 4 wands here, where I do feel that is the next focus as one is moving forward, is working on a 4 of wands energy. So I feel with that 4 of wands speaking to a family, because I was seeing there being kind of like we have 4 wands here and then 2 wands that are kind of coming off of the side here where these 4 wands are together. So it could be in that following and being that light in that leadership. Part of your purpose is leading the way on the truth of what it really means to have a 4 of wands, and then also to being able to be strong in one's power and balanced when making decisions with that 2 of wands energy there, and that manifesting, knowing how to manifest, being in your truth and making a decision, going from a 2 of Wands into a 3 of Wands. That being 2 different parts of your purpose here on this earth and being that leader. And you've owned it. You've totally owned it here and come into that. And because of that and moving through that and into this and how you're being seen now in the physical, able to ride through the community, be celebrated and be recognized for all your hard work and everything that you have continued to do. And I feel that you're very dedicated to your purpose as well. So everything that you're going to do as well. But being very proud of yourself too for this Ace of Wands energy. I'm also seeing like a sun here too behind this wand here. And so that kind of being the illumination of you just by the universe and them shining the sun on you because it's your time and it's your turn. But I feel that this is your next focus here is working on that 4 of Wands and moving through that next phase on what that means. Where I feel that in the construct of 3D society, there's a lot of false truths out there. You're helping to bring that truth to the light on that true 4 of Wands. And I feel that that ultimately has to do with an Ace of Cups energy and how one is loving themselves. I'm seeing this also too, where for some of you, you may be traveling the world or just traveling within your country, but going the distance and taking delight in that and that being a part of your purpose as well. That being a part of what is going to help you increase is that movement and relocating and being in different locations as the energy from you. It's very impactful and it's very life-changing. I feel that that light that shines from you can be very triggering, and that being a part of the illuminating energy that you have. You do have a reading that is quite memorable. It's called the Illuminator, that I did a few readings ago, and I feel that this is just kind of showing that story of that Illuminator, or even more of the story, I should say. But most definitely with the 6 of Wands, finding victory and success, having that, being recognized and seen for who you are, moving forward towards a true definition of a 4 of Wands in this triangle. To me, that symbolizes Delta. For some of you, you may be in the sorority Delta Sigma Theta. Especially with that color red and the color being associated with this triangle too. That could be significant. But I'm also getting the trifecta of the healing of the root chakra and balancing with the masculine, the feminine, and divine energy, and that being celebrated. Moving forward in protection with the red seal of promise and that protection. And then putting an Ace of Wands behind you here. Where there may have been, and that's what you're transmuting from in that indecision, making a decision and putting an Ace of Wands situation behind you where something may have been attempted to be started and now you're moving past that and initiating something new, where I feel it is dealing with the 4 of Wands and beginning a new foundation, something that's stable and sturdy, that's going to stand the test of time. Fire energy, we have more fire energy there. With Sagittarius, Ophiuchus, Leo, and Aries. And then 6 energy is unconditional love and having love for oneself. And then that 6 of Cups energy, being in that, I would say also to not just being in the childlike state, but healing any energies that needed to be healed or past hurts or pains from childhood. And this being a part of that death and that rebirth for you as well. no longer being, just no longer being the way that you were. I feel that for some of you, situations that happen for you now kind of have triggered an energy of how you felt as a child. And I feel that you're healing from this and just realizing your worth and your value and how much you do mean, regardless of how others may be feeling about themselves, and project that onto you. No longer allowing this and being successful in that as well. Your fifth card we have is the Magician. So I feel that this is kind of speaking to that victorious energy and you coming into your power, that glow that is designed and destined for you. And this glow behind you, that elevation of your crown chakra that I was getting and how that's being busted through and healing. Now we have this green planet here behind the Magician's head here, where I feel that elevation and that busting through of the crown chakra and that healing energy is all due to the unconditional love that you have for yourself. There's a lot of green here. Green is the color of the heart chakra. And so we've taken that energy from the heart here, and it's elevated so much so where I feel that you've done so much healing. And this just speaks to the amount of work that you've actually done for yourself and how balanced you are and how much you have really truly come into the love for yourself. Most importantly, first and foremost, and this being the ultra way that this light has been shining from you and how you're being seen in the physical. But in moving forward, I feel that this movement forward and that Four of Wands, you're moving into your power, even more of this Magician energy. And I did pick up on that before with that elemental energy that we have here in that King of Pentacles with that 5-point energy, utilizing all of the elements here. And the Master Ace, that fifth ace, that 5 energy being the Magician. We have this energy in the 5th placement as well, with the 5th card being the 5th card, 5 speaking to that massive amount of change that has been taking place. And again, 5s may be significant for you in another way. But I feel it's like you're showing like that yin and yang energy. I just feel like it's like a interchangeable type setting here that we have with you, where you can be one way and seen one way in a spiritual way, in an ethereal way as well. And then here you are in the physical. And then here you are with the spirit. And then here we are in the physical. Like it's like showing how you blend both of your twins and how that's coming together and how it's combining to help you to come into your best self. So now coming from that 6 of Wands, we have this wonderful Magician energy, that ace energy that you are utilizing, with this being underneath the 7 of Wands and in the nucleus center, the truth of your core overall. So we have golden energy, and then we have that green energy with the unconditional love. And then the utilization of all of these elements here, along with the ethereal presence. Seeing this as a bright star that is over that crown with all of this green behind it, this inner working and that connection with the divine there, and the way that you're able to transmute this energy by being in this powerful Magician energy. What we put out is what we get back. That infinity symbol. And also too, as above, so is below. And so I see the Ace of Wands and then the Ace of Swords in the workings of the hand. So at this time, those could be the two. We do have that energy there present already. But then the sword energy, and that being the sword of truth, living in one's truth, that throat chakra energy, communication and intellect and healing of the mind state. Being able to love oneself and fill one's own cup, and ending that cycle of codependency. And then that pentacle energy, that 5 pentacle energy, that 5 point, not 5 pentacle, but 5 point of the pentacle energy. Present there in that King of Pentacles, and very strong. I was almost seeing this as like being worn as like a chain, like this being a medallion, and just being a part of that magic from this magician, and how one is able to represent the tools that they have. But this overall, just speaking to your ascension and just how high you have been elevating and what you're moving into and how you're moving into it. I feel this Four of Wands for sure is your next step. Healing that root chakra, moving through all of those chakras and elevating into the crown center. Going beyond that and having that unconditional love and representing and showing what that means. Going above and beyond. But having the knowing and the wisdom and galactic knowledge, that galactic energy I was getting with the 0 to 13 energy. And we do have a 1 here. I feel that there's a strong 3 energy surrounding this reading. It's not really present here. Actually, it kind of is, because we do have the 3 energies of these Pinnacles that are present here. 3 Pinnacles there. Speaking to collaboration and work and coming together of forces that are also helping to manifest and bring things to fruition in a righteous and justful way and fair way, a balanced way that's going to help with the galactic energy and to keep that flow on a very high energy level state where it provides that ultimate happiness and that joy and that peace, comfort and calm. Your last card we have is the Queen of Swords. So with this Queen of Swords energy, I feel that this is speaking to the balance, again, that is within you. And there's that sword energy that I was getting from this other hand. So I do feel that we have the instance of your twin energy here, and then your twin energy here, and then also here, and then also here, where I speak as, I'm getting that as speaking to like an overall balance within yourself. Oh, the many ways and oh, the places you will go. I feel with you and those who come into contact with you, Gemini moons. It's a very significant presence that you give that's quite rare. And I think a lot of that gets very much taken advantage of, where you're very misunderstood. And because of that, I feel that's why this Queen of Swords is presenting herself in this reading. The Queen of Swords also came out in the Taurus moon reading as well. But I do feel that as you are making your presence known, this is just kind of showing the tools that you're utilizing. We have the Ace of Wands energy, how you're coming into that victory and success, being no longer a victim but a victor. And then that Swords energy, being that sword of truth, living in your truth, communicating. But again, this being more that spiritual energy, where I feel this is how you're being seen in the physical here. How you're being seen in the physical. And then overall, you being that leader, and how you're being that leader is being very strong in that magician energy. This is also a Gemini card as well, too. I didn't mention that. But I was getting to, for this Queen of Swords, that with this sword being in front of this light, it illuminating the truth there as well. And in illuminating that truth, there's peace and purity that comes with this. The spirit guide is here. And Swords energy is your energy here. So I feel that with this card ending with an air sign energy, which is your energy, Gemini, and then Libra and Aquarius. Also speaks to the strong statement that you're making as you are moving forward, and that you're just not having it. You are totally victorious. You have gained a lot of success. There's a lot that you have gained, and you have a lot to show for it. But it's not even about showing. I feel that you're more interested in taking care of yourself first, but then also wanting others to be a part of that and to know what that feels like and to be able to love themselves first. But they have to want it first. And I feel that that's what you're learning to. You know, you can come into this power of this leadership. And the main thing that you can do to help others is to just basically be in your power and shine your light. If they choose to follow, that's totally their choice. But I do feel that there is being a choice made to do this following, just because of how strong you are showing your power and how you are in your power and being in your power. But in being this truth, I just feel like you're in a no-nonsense mode here, where you're not putting up with anything that is no longer serving you. Anything that comes about that does not feel right or feel good, you're instantly cutting it off, based in truth, living in truth. And that's all you need. And in being in that truth, you're staying in integrity, and you're also awakening others. Seeing the clouds here and the dawn coming in right there. And then also too, we have the Empress and Emperor energy that's present here, with the Queen being one of the queens that makes up the Empress. So that also speaking to that very strong balance of the Emperor and the Empress energy, but what tools you are utilizing at this present time and how you are being seen, what power you, I feel that this isn't necessarily speaking to the tools. I do feel that because of what you have gained, you are cycling and utilizing those tools to help others. And that's speaking to this King of Pentacles and how you come into that. I do feel that this kind of speaks with the hands here, more to the tools that you are utilizing, that Ace of Wands and then the Sword of Truth there. And I love how we have the Queen of Swords ending on this reading here to just kind of, it's like the gatekeeper. That may be the title. But it's like, go big or go home. If you don't have the truth, you can go the other way. And that's okay. I feel, you know, you're in a very, very great position and comfortable position where you're okay with that. I feel for a lot of you, you possibly were not and could not understand it. But now you come to a greater understanding, going through your own journey here, realizing your power and your worth and what it means to be that true individual within oneself and true to that. And in that balance and coming into that balance for yourself, for some of you, it's destined for you to come into a soulmate relationship as you elevate, where some of you may be cutting off certain situations and people because it no longer resonates with the elevation that you are experiencing as you are ascending and going to a higher level. And now you're being met up with your match as you are ascending and going to that new level. You're being met with similar energy here. So do enjoy, Gemini moons. This was your reading. I really love this reading. I think it was great. I hope that this message brought some clarity and some enlightenment and some empowerment, just to let you know how truly strong, magical, and understood you really are. It may not seem like it, but I feel that you're coming into that wisdom as well. And not really being bothered you know, if people don't. I feel it's been that way a majority of your life, but there's been some underlying things subconsciously that you've had to work through and work on. And you're obviously doing that here and doing it very successfully. Continue to stay in your power. Keep moving forward in the way that you're doing. And always trust yourself and listen to yourself. You're doing a really, really great job. I really love this reading. So again, I thank you all for being here, and I just wish you all the best. I hope that everyone had a great holiday season, and I wish everyone a happy new year. Continue to take care and do what's best for you. I love you. Take care. Peace.